Hey there, welcome to My Green Pets. I'm William Green with an update on May the 3rd, 2025. I'm continuing to struggle to keep this tent as warm as I would like it. I would like it to get up into the 80-degree range during the day. That's like 26 Celsius. And I'm only able to get it naturally gets up to about 73, 74, maybe 75, but that's it. So the question is, what's going to happen to these plants if with significantly lower temperatures than they were growing at before? I'm hoping very little. I'm hoping the only thing that's going to be different is that they grow a little bit more slowly. I'm hoping that's it. But I don't know. I don't know. Some of these guys really like warm temperatures. So, we're just going to see. We're going to see what happens. You may notice that my big Cattleya Rex that was in the back that had two plants all mounted on a big, they were mounted on wood, on a cork that was stuck in a big pot. Well, as you probably have noticed over the past few months, it had been dropping pseudobulbs and they'd been turning brown and yeah, something was definitely wrong. So I finally took it outside, got the pruner, started cutting into it, and the rhizome was just rotten, just absolutely rotten. And not only that, there were, if it looked as if someone had sprinkled black poppy seeds all over the dead growths, which indicates some kind of a fungus was sporulating, if that's a word. So basically, yeah, it had some kind of deep fungal infection. I don't know what it was, but the same thing was infected the back bulbs of my Cattleya maxima a few years ago as well. So I kept cutting and looking for clean tissue, and the thing was just rotten all the way through. It was amazing that it looked as good as it did for as rotten as it was. So that plant has been trashed, which means I have a little bit more space now, which is good, because I got another new plant. I was at the Denver Orchid Society annual show and sale. It was their spring show and sale today at Denver Botanic Gardens, and I'll show you some clips of that in a minute. But the plant that I got is a primary hybrid between Amciella monticola and Amciella philippinense. I think it's philippinense? Philippinensis. And I had one of these a long time ago when I lived in Kentucky. If you go back and see my little basement operation down there. And I got it to bloom. It was very, very cute. So I'm hoping that the primary hybrid will actually be easier to and more floriferous than the species was. So we'll see. My little Bubophyllum lepidum is showing off with another flower today. Very happy to see those. And right behind it, oh wow, rooting like crazy, we've got Signotius varsvichii. You can see it's leaning over towards the lights. And some of the Catacetinae that are well rooted, like these three guys, I watered them for the first time today. Gave them a good dousing. I watered this little guy a little bit as well. And everything else, I'm just kind of still going to wait for a little bit until the roots kind of disappear into the medium. You can see all the little yellow tips there. I'm going to wait till all those yellow tips are down into the medium before I even think about actually watering that. And yeah, still excited about this Cattleya mossii second bud. You can see it's enormous, and that should be opening up probably tomorrow. We should start to see it split open. So next weekend I should be able to show you this fully bloomed out. My Dowiana sheath is completely black now, so I don't guess that's going to bloom, but we will see new growth pushing out of that shortly. You can already see the roots at the base there. And its sibling still has a new growth pushing up. Not too hopeful about that blooming now, but could happen. And then we've also got this Cattleya King George here, really pushing out a big leaf. Again, maybe not quite big enough to bloom, but it's a hybrid, so who knows. And then again, my Cattleya hardiana really showing some coloration here with the new lighting setup. It's definitely getting brighter light than it was. But I don't think we're going to be getting any flowers out of this new growth. Doesn't look likely. So we're just, I think overall the color of the plants indicates that they are getting good light. It's not too much. I don't see any indications that it's too much or too little. The Catasetnia as well seem to be growing really well. I like how everyone's kind of lined up there and growing. And yeah, just watching things. I was looking at seedlings and just trying to figure out which ones they've kind of been neglected for a while. So I'm just kind of watching, and some of them are doing some funky stuff like putting out multiple growths, but then also some of those growths are aborting and not quite sure why. So just gonna let them do their thing, and maybe some of them will come out okay. This is exciting. This is the first cross I ever made, Cattleya Rex NT by Kia. These were the first two that bloomed for me in 2019 in the summer. As soon as they both bloomed out, I crossed them. NT carried the seed pod, and now here are their progeny, and you can see they're starting to get bigger. Starting to put out some decent sized growths. That's really exciting. If I get one decent plant out of this, I'm happy. Troy Myers did the flasking for me, and hundreds of these seedlings have been sold. I believe Peter Lynn of Diamond Orchids has been selling this exact cross for quite a while now, and of course his plants look really good as well. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what NT by Kia ends up producing, and if any of those plants end up making it to bloom size. Right next to it is another early cross, one of my first crosses. This is Mayu HCC by Urku. Urku I don't have anymore. Mayu I'd still have a piece of. But you can also see some growth coming out of these guys, and hopefully we'll get something decent here as well. Got a nice little growth. Again, just watching and waiting and hoping with fingers crossed. You can see kind of how this has been happening kind of like where the growth doesn't grow up into the sheath. It like stops. Don't know exactly why, but anyway. Fingers crossed. There's a lot of finger crossing with this stuff. And then also super excited about my Cloecia margolis. Definitely a little growth pushing up slowly but surely, and there's even hints of a root down there pushing out. So I'm really hoping we get at least a bigger pseudobulb this year than we got last year, and that means that the next year possibly we could get flowers on it if we're lucky. So that's it. Let's go look at the cool tent really quick, and then I'll show you some pictures and video of the Denver show. Alright, here's my cool tent where temperatures are a few degrees lower on both ends. It doesn't get above 70 degrees Fahrenheit in here as a high, and could get down into the upper 50s at night when it's really chilly. So we're just watered everything earlier today. We're watching this, both of these Brassica do something. See some roots pushing out there, see some new growth, and just hoping for some action from those Brassica. I took my Dendrochilum tenellum out and gave it a haircut. Cut out all the old little spikes that had dried up from January. So now it looks better. And this is a new plant. This is my, well, it was Osmoglossum. Now it's Quetzalcoatl something. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pulchellum. The Lily of the Valley orchid. Yes, looks good. When I potted it, it looked like it didn't have any living roots. But anyway, we're going to hope that it puts out some living roots. It's got new growths that are kind of maturing now, so I'm hoping it'll get some roots on those. And Machu Picchu says hi. At the Denver show, you're gonna see, oh my gosh, some of them. There was a Masdevallia veitchii, absolutely spectacular. The camera could not even attempt to capture the color. It just almost looks blank on the camera. But anyway, so the Zygopetalum maculatum seems to be growing okay. I love the fact that the new growth has no spots. Not easy for Zygopetalum. I'm guessing it's because of the lower temperatures, higher humidity. I hope so anyway. And then of course the skull pod of Pinguicula is getting really exciting now. There's moss growing in the teeth and the nose. Is that crazy? It's gonna be covered in moss like a big chia pet. I just know it. It's gonna be so cool. Can't wait for that to happen. All right, let's go look at some of the Denver show footage from earlier today, May 3rd, 2025. All right, well, there were several really nice vendors at the show. Tropical Orchid Farm, Sunset Valley Orchids, and Diamond Orchids, among others. And the first plant that really got my attention was actually from the Botanical Gardens collection. This is an Oncidium sphacelatum, huge specimen-sized plant. This lovely little path display of Hangianum hybrids came from Fantasy Orchids. Very interesting. Don't think I've seen a lot of Hangianum hybrids, or even the species in person. So very cool to see those. Hangianum by Norito Hasegawa there. And then of course hanging fragrant Dendrobium thurciflorum. I'm not a huge fan of dendrobiums, but if we're gonna have one, it would be a cross between this one and Farmeri. This little Phalaenopsis didn't have a label. It's definitely been crossed with a species, but it smelled so nice. So just wanted to have a look at that. Look at the pouch on this Delenatii vinicolor. I mean, it looks like it's just ceramic. It's so nice. No fragrance on this one, but there were scented Delenatii at the show. The theme was magic, orchid magic. So Keith Funk had a really great Harry Potter exhibit. Beth Herleman, I don't know you personally, but you are the path master. She had the best flower in show, this Wassner Black Wings, and it's pretty impressive. Very nice, nicely bloomed out, plants in great shape, and just tons of beautiful paths in her display. Very well done. Those were the fragrant Delenatii right there on the right. This is the first time I've seen the little turntables in an exhibit. I thought that was a good idea. And this was that Masdevallia I was telling you about earlier. This is a veitchii. Prince de Galles is the name of the cultivar. And you cannot see the color. The camera didn't know what to do with it. In real life, it is this fluorescent orange. Just unbelievable. This was the Denver Orchid Society's display. Lots of cool stuff there. And this is the one that really got my attention. This Brassia. But very fragrant and just big, beautiful, stringy, spiderly flowers there, and gets me inspired about my own brassias. Before we leave, I just want to show you my Phalaenopsis experiment here. It is looking like, honestly, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. Clearly the spikes weren't meant to bloom out this way. You can see how they're all kind of on top of each other. I thought for some reason they would sort themselves really nicely, but that looks like it's not happening. They're just all on top of each other. And so I learned a lesson. So I may not even let this bloom all the way out. I might just go ahead and chop it. It is a second spike anyway off the original. And give it a chance to grow this summer, recoup some strength, and then maybe we can get a new spike next spring. So we'll see. Yeah, it's not looking great. All right, guys. Well, thank you for stopping by. I'm William Green. These are my green pets, and I am wishing you a happy weekend and a happy month of May. Take care, everybody. Bye.